how did you come up with Happy Birthday? I mean, I played it for a little bit. It's kind of tricky. It's pretty difficult.
It's my first game ever. Okay? It's terrible. And I would unpublish it, but for some reason that stupid game gets more downloads than my other games.
Because
it's my worst game.
It's taunting is what it is. Because you get that little hint. I got that first little hint that said, hint,
the balloons are too fast. There's no point to any of it. The reason I made that was because I wanted to invite people to my birthday and say that it was in a video game, which confused a lot of people. And so, yeah, I made that game literally in one afternoon, the day before my birthday, published it on Google Play, and then told people online, it was like, you're invited to my birthday, it's in a video game. And everyone was like, what? Huh? And that was pretty much it. That's the story. And it's a terrible game, and I'm actually ashamed of it, and I would remove it from the Tartle Games store, but the thing is like, for some strange reason, people seem to download it. I think it's kids who see the icon, which is a birthday cake, and they're like, yay.
Okay.
And, but as long as it keeps getting downloads, I'm going to leave it on there. So.
Have you ever played golf?
Golf?
Yes.
I have played putt-putt golf, if that counts.
Okay. So, you know how infuriating it is when you hit it and it goes right past the hole, like it zings around, does that gravity slingshot even, and it stops right next to it? Okay. That is how the Happy Birthday game plays. Because, like I said, I got that first little hint of, think happy. Okay, I see the different faces on the balloons. Let me hit all the smiley faces I can. And believe me, I was maxing out how fast I could react to the little things on the screen, trying to hit these stupid little smiley face balloons as they flew by in a quarter of a second. And I actually got a couple.
Yeah.
It's that vindication of you get them every now and then, and they're just so close every other time. That is why that game gets it. That's why people download it. I don't know if I'm going to play it all the time, but it is something to play.
It's terrible.
It is not. And the fact that it's actually supposed to be your birthday party makes it all the better now. Please add that in the description.
Well, it was. I think it is in the description, actually.
I'm going to have to check that.
I tried this really cheap ploy for a while where in the description and even in part of the app, it said that if you want, you can pay me to make a similar birthday app for you. And no one ever contacted me about that.
This is the only balloon popping game that features a hamburger man. I'll avoid popping red ones. That actually... You should have those instructions actually somewhere in the game, dude.
I probably should.
That's my only commentary. But, this is... I just gave it 5 stars just now, because...
Thank you.
100 downloads, 8 reviews. Dude, this... I promise you. You may hate it, you may be ashamed of it, but it is a good game. It is an amazing... It's one of those brilliantly stupid games.
Because I'm ashamed of it.
Well, dude, it has been awesome talking to you tonight. Is there anything else you want to add? Any other things that you may want to throw in? Anything that you're working on that you may want to, put some teasers out about?
Well, I'm working on a new game that is more of, if you've played any of these evolution-style games on mobile.
Oh, no.
And it's kind of where you combine an animal or you see an animal and it evolves. And this one I'm working on, it's with a farmer that feeds a plant humans that he kind of hires in to visit his farm. And so it's a pretty simple game, though it's taking a lot more time to finish than I anticipated. So it is almost done. So, and it doesn't even really have a name. But I think it's going to be called being evolution. So
oh man,
that's what I'm currently working on.
Hopping on the bandwagon.
Yep.
I do love these all the stuff you've got so far that I've played. It's all fairly unique, you know. There's some stuff that you can see the similarities, but to other things, really, they all have a distinctively Tartle Games feel to them. So how come you made the RPG tool? You just too many D&D sessions without being able to keep track of stuff, or?
Well, that's actually my most successful app as far as downloads go, and it actually started as an app for myself, and it was kind of the reason I started making it was because there's certain, like when I've played any kind of like tabletop RPG, you know, like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, there's certain things that I've always done on paper for either tracking what's going on in the game or even just coming up with stuff beforehand in case I needed something really quick, you know, during the game session, like when something happens that I didn't exactly plan for and I need to just, you know, improvise. And so I started making the app basically just taking what I had already written down on paper for years and just putting it in the app. And then it kind of grew from there because once it started getting downloads, I was like, well, maybe people like this. I should keep adding to it. And so more than any of my other apps, it's also been the one that I keep going back to. Just about every month, I'll pick it back up and start adding a new feature and adding some new content to it. And so it's changed a lot, actually, since I first published it. But it's definitely, I think, got kind of a small following. Like on Amazon, it's got a good many downloads, and then every once in a while it gets downloaded elsewhere. So
I've got a few people that I'm gonna definitely recommend it to, cause I downloaded it and I kind of checked it out, but I hadn't actually used it. But I know a few people who most definitely can. One of them actually being Hologrunt. I don't know if you follow him or not. He streams Rocketbox when I get the versions out, and puts up with me in his chat when he streams. But he does. I know he does D&D sessions weekly, so I will send it over to him, and hopefully he can check it out and give you some feedback too. So
that'd be great. It's always good to get feedback, and it's one thing you'd think it'd be easy to get, and people would be willing to criticize, you know, your games and help you improve. But honestly, it's hard to get compliments or criticism. Like it's hard to get feedback.
Yeah.
Period. So.
All right, dude.
All right.
If you're good, I'm good, and I think. I mean, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, I will be. Yeah, dude. Thank you for taking time out tonight. I hope I didn't keep you up too late for a day job tomorrow.
No. Chatting and sharing things, and it's been good talking to you.
Oh yes, it has been a pleasure. Or you may have to do this sometime just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah. You are a Tartle friend.
Awesome. You are definitely a friend of the Cajun Coding Crawfish. So.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
I'm making your games, too.
Thank you.
So,
Just,
I think I actually already downloaded one, and it's sitting on my tablet, and I haven't transferred it to my computer to play it. But it's the one with the screenshots have the box with the rocket.
Yes. I'm working on version 0.2 right now.
Yeah, I need to install it and play around with it.
Let me know what you think.
So, I'll let you know. I will.
It'll probably be another week or two for version 0.2 to come out, if I can get some of this stuff working. So.
Cool. Do you use, what do you use, Unity or GameMaker? What platform are you using?
Currently, I'm on GameMaker. I think after Rocketbox, I may switch over to either Unity or Unreal. for my big projects, and I'm gonna stick with Game Maker for like the game jam quick stuff. So.
Alright. Yeah, I've pretty much just been using Unity. But yeah, if you ever need like help or get stuck with anything, let me know.
We'll definitely do. I mean, we're in the development group together, so
yes.
If I've got any big projects I need help with, I'll be letting everyone know. So.
Yeah. It's weird being like an independent developer. I never kind of found my way into this, and now like there's this community that I've discovered, and even though everybody's independent, it kind of feels like we're all in it together.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a very strange thing. So
I've had more luck, more personal success, and more motivation, more drive, actually doing my stuff and being part of you guys. You developers that have been in this for years now, than when I was actually in college with these other computer science people that after the first couple of classes, they're like, well, I'm going to go off and be a communications major or psychology or, whatever. And even though I'm just now getting my game out there, it feels like I'm truly part of something bigger. I feel like I've accomplished something just by being. There wasn't even a welcome. It was just, oh, hey, here's another voice. Let's just keep talking.
Yeah.
All of you guys have just like. We all just started talking. Some of you guys were already following each other. Some of y'all weren't, and. I have to say thank you for just, everything you guys have done to help support me, without even realizing it. So.
Well, I think what it is, it's more of like an artist community than your typical like technical coding. I know when I did computer science in college, and I had a lot of classes with people who their goals were to go on and make games. And when I was originally taking those classes, that was never my goal because I heard a lot of like horror stories about the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I didn't think about making games until like after I had worked several places and just got so burned out on like just this sort of mindless corporate work, that you just don't feel like you're really being creative and like doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so then that's kind of the reason I was like, I got to do something different for a while. And I started just making games because I've always liked to draw, and I was like, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. And I thought it might be a little bit easier to make money than it has turned out to be. But it's still, it's a lot of fun, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. So I'm glad I started doing it.
I think I can identify what you're talking about. There's a difference between just being a programmer and being a developer.
Mm-hmm.
A developer, you're doing design, you're having to consider the graphics, you're having to consider the mechanics of the game itself, the audio effects, the background music, and you're having to do all the programming. Whereas when you're just staring at just a programmer, you're just staring at just the code. That's it. That's all you really consider.
Or the error log for hours or weeks. The exception log from the Java exception log, just reading stack traces.
Oh, don't even.
Point where your mind snaps.
Don't even utter that blasphemous word, Java.
I'm sorry.
But
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like Fortran,
Yeah. But let me let you go, dude. I've actually got to go. I hear someone not feeling good. So.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Have a good night, man.
Good night.
Later. Once again, guys, thank you very much for listening to this episode. It really means a lot to me. You guys can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Cajun_coding, CODING. You can find Tartle Games on Twitter as well with twitter.com/TARTLE_games. And he'll have links to his website and stuff like that through there. Check out you can go into the